Hey, welcome back to Minecraft Through the Night. Here we are in the remains of a meteor. A meteor. And some granite. We certainly don't want to take this moment for granted. Maybe we do. Skystone. So I looked offline a little bit to see, and skystone is basically... it's usable as a building material. You can turn it into skystone blocks and create with it. I gotta admit, I'm still no closer to a solution on how to power AE2. Where are we? Is that the nearest water? That's the nearest water. Okay. I'm still looking for potato. Where is potato? There is a portal. Let's go check the portal out. Potato. I hope you're doing okay on this truly lovely Wednesday. Wherever you are and whatever day this video hits you. Hope it hits you. Hope it hits different. Is that the right way? Hope it hits you good. A good day. I practiced being good to myself today. You know, I beat myself up a bit. And I will do that a bit because I did not have the healthiest day in the world. But I did have a very healthy moment. And I owe it to some Redditor out there who responded. There's a post and gold and lots and lots of fire. There was a post about I can't remember what the post was, but anyway, this person and I exchanged pleasantries and oi. Oh, the box burned up. It didn't burn to a crisp, it burnt to a nothing. A Bane of Arthropods sword and a Curse of Vanishing golden show. Well, you know, I mean, maybe we'll find a way to reuse that someday. Oh, son of a Millie. We got a Millie going to the city. What? I have no idea what I just said. Big shout out to my Georgia Bulldogs for getting a monkey off the back. Beating Nick Saban's Alabama team. I have no hate for Bama. I have family who used to live in, or maybe they still do, family who lived in Bama. Actually, I have family who lived near Auburn. And I don't know if I have any Bammers. I don't know if I have any Bammers in my direct ancestry or my family tree. In fact, I know I don't have any in my direct ancestry, but however, what am I saying? I don't know. Just rambling nonsense like usual. Why Can I not put that? Oh. Because I'm on a half slab right here. That's going to make it a little bit tough. To get that gold. I don't need the gold. I don't need the gold block. Don't need it. Do not need gold block. Okay. I have plenty of gold at home. Mom, we have plenty of gold at home. We have gold at home. So let's go back this way. Okay, so this portal was, except for the golden shovel, cursed shovel, and the golden sword of spider hate, this was a bust. And that's okay. It's like Kirby Smart said, you know, don't think about it in absolutes. I think about it, you just got to get a ticket. And the more times you get a ticket to the big dance, the more chances you're going to win it. He didn't say exactly that. That's sort of my paraphrase. What he said was, it's about getting the ticket to the show. And if you make it enough times, you're going to win it. At some point, you're going to win. So that's some good life experience for me and for you, and probably more than I can really talk about right now. Don't want to talk about that. Let me talk about this. So this conversation I had on Reddit. This person offered a recipe for a smoothie for a smoothie approved by someone who has lupus, which is a pretty lousy inflammatory thing to have. And so if somebody who has lupus likes this recipe, I figured, why not give it a shot? Well, the smoothie is it's really easy. You take a if you've got a little blender like the little bullet thing. I don't have one of those. I think I have a cheap knockoff, something similar or kind of or something. But ooh, this is a big old plane. Ooh, and there's another meteor straight south. Maybe we go see that meteor. Maybe we check that out. Any village? No village. Okay. All right, well, let's go check that meteor. Maybe that'll be our plan, our quest for this episode. Maybe other good things will happen along the way. So, I have one of those little knockoff blenders that you put stuff into the bottle part of it and screw the base onto it, and then put it on you screw the spinner onto it and then put it onto the base and lock it in place, and it spins up, and you know, chop suey's all your food. So so the recipe is, you take greens. It could be, what I did today was kale. Could be spinach, can be any kind of greens. Although I suspect that turnip greens or collards probably not going to give the best. I mean, collards have a bit of a bitterness to them, and a very distinct taste. But kale, I can vouch for kale. It worked wonderfully. And I overshot, so let's go back up this way. Ooh, I want to see this. I want to see this. Oh. Interesting. Big old pit right here. Big lake right next to the meteor hole. That's very interesting geologic formation. There is a Minecraft mod, by the way, years ago that some grad student, some geology grad student developed. I do not have. Kind of worried of using my iron pick, but all right, we're gonna go for it. But should I do a bunch or just this? I'm just gonna do this. Just gonna do this one. So you fill your little blender about 3/4 of the way full with your kale or greens, and then you add onto that. Whoa, I'm drowning. Onto that you add some flax seed. And in order to do this, I went to the store today and I got some kale and I got flax seed and some other things. I needed eggs, so I went and got eggs. So about 3/4, 2/3 to 3/4 full of your green thing. And then okay, we're going to take all this. We'll leave the chest there. We don't really need the chest right now. Let us sleep through this beautiful night, Minecraft night. Pink sky. So you take your greens and make sure you chop it up enough that your spinner can deal with it, because I made that mistake when I first made it. And then into that, when you put your greens in, it's going to be loose, right? Don't smash it down. Just put it in there loose, fluffy and loose. And then put however much flaxseed you want into that. And I kind of just, by guess and by gosh, I think it was recommended, 1/4 cup was what was recommended, but I'm like, nah, man, I'm just, look at this weird biome. It looks like mesa. What in the world is this biome? A little tiny one. I don't know, but we need to get over to the river and start navigating our way northwards to our home. We got a long way to go. We got to get up into the bay, navigate across the bay. Oh, heck, hon. We need to get on the road. So put your greens in there, and then, however, I kind of used a small handful of the flaxseed. And I don't know why flaxseed particularly, but I don't know. It's certainly, all this is open to experimentation. Somebody's listening, wants to try something. You don't have to be anybody's recipe servant. You can adjust however you want. Whatever works for you is the main thing, So flaxseed on top of the greens, and then and it's going to kind of just fall around the greens, and then just add water up to the top of the greens. You added your greens to about the 3/4 point. Add water, and I have a water filter on my kitchen sink tap, and I just simply that's what I normally drink, is water out of that special purifier tap. And then which is just it's simply water that goes through a filter. It looks kind of like an oil filter. Ooh, a boat. It's abandoned ship. I hope I don't die. We're gonna try hard not to die. That'd be a fail. Whoa. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. We got things now. Now, Stretch goal is not to die. Okay, we did not die. Okay, we got the goodies now. Is there the other chest of the potato? The potato chest is not here. It's gone. Lost in the storm. Rip. Okay. Well, we got some more unexpected goodies under the water. That's cool. That's cool. Is that a boat too? That is not a boat. That's just a sand and dirt formation. And what is that? Was ist das? Ich haben Sie morgen guten. What is this? It's an abandoned. Oh, hey! Hello, hello. I'm just going. Boop. See ya. Wouldn't want to be you. Okay. Whew. Heart rate. Calm. So now you've got a little mini blender with greens and the flax seeds and water. Now, on top of that, you add some kind of fruit. We're not judgmental here. It can be canned fruit, frozen fruit, any kind of fruit you want to add. When I was at the grocery store, I found they had bags of old apples and old oranges, bags of old fruit that was still good, but nearing its expiry. I had it 2 for $3. So went ahead and bought a bag of oranges, tangerines, and a bag of apples. And I cut up an apple and then put it on top. And it was kind of another learning experience, just like with the kale. I just kind of folded it up until it snapped a couple of times, and then stuffed it in, and it was too. It didn't. I had to take it out. I had to kind of fish it with chopsticks. I had to kind of. I blended it for a bit, and then I had to turn it upside down, take the spinner off, and dig it out with chopsticks. I had to do that a few times because my kale stalk was too big. And all I needed to do was chop it up into smaller pieces, and I'll do that next time. Well, I did the same mistake with the apple. I cut it into quarters, and the quarters were too big for my little blender to handle. So I had to kind of fish around with those, bring those up to the point where the blender blade could get them, and chop them, and then all was good when I did that. So a little bit of a learning experience for me, and that was it. So about a stalk of kale, a small handful, a scant handful of flaxseed, water up to the 3/4 point, and then an apple. And I did pretty much core the apple and remove the seeds, although my old chiropractor was always a fan of eating the seeds. He said just don't eat a whole bunch of seeds all at once because they have cyanide in them. But the seeds are good. They otherwise, other than the cyanide issue, seeds are good, according to my chiropractor. So anyway, and just blend it all down and drank it, and you get yourself a grain drink. And that green drink it was pretty darn tasty and filling, and I was quite impressed. So that was my healthy thing I did for myself today. And I do want to report to you that although I had a terribly unhealthy moment later, I had got. While I was at the store, I bought some ice cream, some of that chocolate peanut butter ice that I'm crazy about, the Turkey Hill brand ice cream. And that stuff is so delicious, and I ate too much of it. Had a bad stomach ache. But over time, that stomach ache subsided, and I began to realize not only had that ice cream stomach ache subsided, but a lingering stomach ache that I've had, I don't know for how long, has subsided. And my stomach feels so much calmer now. It's like I was having intestinal wars or something. Like, oh, a parrot. Hello, parrot. How are you? I don't know why I'm talking like this. Hey, dude. Hey, parrot. You want a seed? I bet you want a seed. Parrot want a seed. Can I offer you a seed in these trying times? I can. Mr. Parrot. I don't have any more seed for you. Do I have more seed? Would you like another seed? You would. How about another seed? You would. Oh, you talking to me. Mr. Parrot talking to me. Alright, well, apparently seeds aren't the way to win a parrot's heart. But we're buddies now, parrot. You and me. We're buds. So that smoothie, I credit the smoothie. Maybe it is the anti-inflammatory properties of it, but I feel so much better right now than I have felt in weeks. Weeks, man. Doink. And it could work for you too, creeper. Make you feel all better. So I don't know. I'm not don't want to be an evangelical about it. And in fact, the person who offered me the recipe was very cautious. They were like, you know, I have this amazing recipe, but I don't. If you want it, you let me know, because I don't want to get all, you know, crazy about it. And so I was like, hit me up. And I guess I'm the one who's kind of crazy about it now, because I like it. And it has instantly become a part of my my day. I can't wait. I want to make another one, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to make myself wait until tomorrow morning. And I'm just going to have one a day. That's all I'm going to let myself have, one per day. And, you know, and then try not to binge on the ice cream or other things, you know, unhealthy things, and see how it goes. I don't know why it took me 2 whole days to tell you that simple story about my smoothie, but I'm really excited about it. You know, it's not often old dogs like us have something really simple, easy, and good come into our lives, but you know, it's given me a reason to go back and shop for greens again in the grocery store and try different kinds of greens that I've never tried maybe. All right, we probably ought to, this whole thing about the lever, we probably ought to replace, we probably ought to buttonize that. You feel me? Feel me, bro? Probably ought to buttonize that. I'm trying to think where I can put these cocoa bean. Bean, cocoa bean. Mr. Cocoa Bean. Alright, before we call it au revoir for the night, let's see if we can cocoa bean it. Shift insert. Ooh, that's interesting. The shovel did a big old shift insert, but the sword didn't. Okay. I can't do a shift insert with that. That's fine. That's fine. It's not fine. It really isn't. So I'm gonna have to do something different about that. There's that stuff. That's what I was trying to find. Put all the AE2 stuff over here. So we got 4 Certus quartz crystals, and I need to get the powder. I'm not really sure at this point how to get the powder. You know, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out since I can't do this that way. I'm going to do it this way. It looks like I have, so I've got an inscriber silicon, calculation, engineering, and logic. I have 4 different presses. I think that's good. I think it's good. And with that, let's call it a day, shall we? I want to get, before I let you go, I do want to do this. So lest I forget. Lest I forget. Now, planting the beans. I can't plant one there. How is that for a cocoa bean farm? Small farm, but you know, it works. We now have cocoa bean farm in the house. And I will see you again in Minecraft through the night. Be good to yourself. You know what? Be good to everybody. But start with yourself. Because if you're not good to yourself, it's going to come out in your interactions with other folks. And it, you know, it's going to come out in your interactions. And so be good to yourself, so that you will be good for others. I'll see you next time.